Okay, Smokin' Jim, I had to get off the camera because the volume wasn't there. People are telling me they can't hear me. So out there,
Oh,
I've got
okay.
some people
That
calling,
ain't
and I
good.
appreciate the fact that they can't hear. Or well, someone. Hope you're still talking about NWA Altus situation. I am. Yes, I am. We'll talk about that later. Thank you very much for the comments. All right, it's good now. Another comment came in and said it's good now, so we're good to go. All right. Anyway, Smokin' Jim, let's talk about this Miz situation with Dexter Loomis. He came out last night. He was to apologize, and of course, Dexter Loomis snuck up on him again and did his try to do his thing. John Gargano, instigated the situation once again. What are your thoughts on this whole thing here? Oh, by the way, there was a match made for Survivor Series, as you saw. It's going to be Miz versus Dexter Loomis. Now, here's the thing: if Miz wins, Dexter Loomis doesn't get again another WWE contract. If perhaps Dexter Loomis, if wins, he gets a contract, and Miz has to pay him the money he owes. What's your thoughts on that?
It's funny, man. When Miz came out dressed like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was funny because Cody, not Cody, geez, oh man, Corey Graves, he said, "Oh yeah," he says, "He Mr. Rogers, he wore a sweater like that." Yeah, he
Oh,
did come out like
man.
Mr. Rogers. I was surprised to see him come out because he normally comes out in in his in his normal suits and tuxedos or whatever it is that he wears. He always comes out with that. And but anyway, next, Baron Corbin won a match again, but he was messing around with Cesaro in the back playing cards and things like that. So then he went out and he beat Cesaro. Now I'm hearing stories now, rumors that Cesaro's not happy. He wants to move on. The WWE has sort of kept him in the background since they moved him up from NXT. He was one of the guys running around getting that 24/7 championship. And I tell you what, Smokin' Jim, you hit it right on the head. That 24/7 championship actually, was kind of entertaining because sometimes it would change hands, despite the fact R-Truth has the record 47 times. 47 times he's been the champion. So anyway. Yeah, we have a comment here. It says AEW's ratings in the toilet. Personally, I think they need to hire somebody. Yeah, there you go. They need to hire some. Yeah, there you go. I got you. All right. What would? Here's a comment to us here, Smokin' Jim. What would you do to fix AEW's ratings? I can't even look at it anymore since they lost Punk. Truth. All right, I'll tell you what. Smokin' Jim here. We got some good comments here online. What's your thoughts on this here? What would you do if you were running AEW right now to fix the ratings?
First, I just wanted to go back and talk about my main man, JBL.
Oh, JBL, yeah.
Baron Corbin. Corbin, he hit the jackpot when he hooked up with JBL, man. Man, I look forward to it. Sitting there playing poker, man, smoking a cigar, making a wisecrack about Kentucky. I ain't drinking. Oh man, JBL, man, I just get a kick out of him, man. But as far as AEW, man, I don't know, man. They gotta just weather the storm, man. I don't know. We need that product to continue to improve, and we need them to stay on TV, man. But they gotta just hang in there, man, and get the chemistry right.
Right. We have a comment here from somebody. They want to know what do I think Punk will do, or what we think Punk will do. Will he go to New Japan or will he go to the WWE? I think the WWE will not take him. I don't think he's been trouble before. I don't know what his relationship is with Triple H. Triple H, from what I hear from the rumors I'm hearing, actually gets along with CM Punk. What's your thoughts on this? Because we're getting a lot of comments about that.
I'm not sure. I certainly hope so. I mean, Triple H is the head man. He's the man. So
right.
If you're getting along with him, man, that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. I don't know what WWE is going to do with this. I do know if he does. I think he'll go. He might go to New Japan. I don't see him doing anything else. He stunk in MMA, and then and everything else he's done. Smokin' Jim, we'll answer some more comments here, and then we'll get back to the WWE. What's your thoughts on this AEW situation? Their ratings now are starting to go down the toilet. Do you think they have too many wrestlers? Do you think they don't have enough shows? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not really sure, man. I'll be interested in your comment.
All right. Well, my comment is this: they have too many wrestlers, too many big time prima donnas types. They have Danielson there. They have a bunch of guys, and they keep stockpiling these guys, and they don't have enough room to put them on TV. And that's where their problem lies, right there. And then when Tony Khan kind of suspended CM Punk, and now I heard he's buying out his contract. That put the ratings down. A lot of people like CM Punk. CM Punk is the and that, yes, absolutely. Another comment here is Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the problem. Tony Khan knows nothing about wrestling. And then he should have left the model that he had here, guys, and Smokin' Jim and all you watching out there. He should have left the model the way it was when he had Cody Rhodes and he had his vice presidents and he had all these people running this. All right, and he decided to take over all of a sudden. He was trying to be like a Vince McMahon. There's one Vince McMahon in this world, everybody, Smokin' Jim as well. There's one Vince McMahon, and that's it. There's nobody else. He's created a WWE, which has been around a lot longer than AEW, and AEW is the redheaded stepchild right now to the WWE. And, so it's nice to have competition, but it's not nice when the ratings are going down the toilet. And as I've said many times, Time Warner's taking a look at this stuff because they're looking to cut back on expenses. They're cutting shows. They're cutting things out. They own TBS and TNT. AOL used to own it, and then Time Warner took it over. And, AEW needs to keep the TV thing. If they can't, they're going to have to go streaming like MLW, like NWA, like Impact, like Memphis Wrestling, like all these wrestling things. And, so that's what's going to happen there as well. So that's my thoughts on AEW. I think they have too much too many wrestlers. You know what the saying is, don't you? Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, and sometimes that can be a problem, right, Smokin' Jim?
That's right,
Yeah,
brother.
so I mean, but so we'll see what happens. If he does go to a major company, I don't know who. CM Punk. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm hearing many rumors. I'm hearing he may even come back to AEW if they can't buy out his contract. I'm hearing them stories. So it's a excuse me. It's a situation that that's there. CM Punk created it. It created this situation. And whatnot, and but then Tony Khan too. He sold out his vice presidents, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. He he didn't back them up when they had that fight in the back room or in the locker room or whatever. And what he should have done was he should have just said to Punk, "See you later" or whatever, alligator, after a while, crocodile or something, and and then move on. And he should have stuck up for his vice presidents, and he did. And he should be lucky that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are coming back because he needs them back. And they have Jericho there. I think they'll survive. I hope they have some, but they need to get some. They need to get Tony Khan out of the way, and they need to bring in somebody that knows about wrestling and have them run the company. And Tony Khan needs to stay out of it, except for money issues, just like Bob Nutting with the Pirates and everything else. That's my thoughts, folks, on AEW. All right. Okay. What are my thoughts about Tyrus, formerly known as Brodus Clay, if you remember him from the WWE? He used to be with, the one on the New Day. Not Kofi Kingston, the other one. Not Big E either. Xavier Woods. Him and Xavier Woods and Sasha Banks back in the day, Smokin' Jim, used to have a... They used to dance and they had a little group, and so he was known as Brodus Clay. Didn't work out real good. Went to Impact for a little while, and now he's with the NWA. He's been around the independent circuit and doing other things. But now he's the champ at Smokin' Jim at NWA, as he goes by the name Tyrus now. I think that Billy Corgan needs to concentrate on his wrestling company instead of the Smashing Pumpkins, and that's what I think, because he kind of put Nick Aldis in the back burner, and I thought that was wrong. And Nick Aldis got screwed so bad, Smokin' Jim, that he left the company. There were rumors he was coming to the WWE. There were rumors he was going to Impact. Now I found out today that him and his wife Mickie James, those of you who don't know, Nick Aldis is married to Mickie James, and they're going to a new company which is coming abroad in the foreign market. I'm not sure how this is all. It's an upstart company. They're going to go up against New Japan Wrestling and some of these other companies like that. That's where Nick Aldis is going. You know what? I don't know what the ratings would be like with NWA with Tyrus as champion, but maybe it's good that he is finally doing something. And then they got Trevor Murdoch's kid, or Dick Murdoch's kid there as well. He was the champ and whatnot. So, but anyway, that's the story about Nick Aldis and Mickie James. So if anyone has any more comments, we'll go from there, Smokin' Jim. Let's talk about the Bobby Lashley. This Mustafa Ali, he needs to do something with himself other than pick on Bobby Lashley. And let me tell you something. He has a match Friday night. He's in that World Cup thing that they have on SmackDown. I wanted to ask your opinion on that, Smokin' Jim. What's your thoughts on that World Cup with SmackDown?
You mean the Survivor Series, or?
Well, no. The SmackDown now has a World Cup.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the World Cup trophy and all that? What do you think? You think this will help SmackDown and the WWE by having this World Cup?
To me, again, I don't know about the demographics, but to me, I don't think they need any help. It looks like it's a sellout. They got over 1 billion views, so I guess there's talk, and I know you've read a lot of stuff that things are down, but I just don't see it that way. How about you? You think it'll help?
Yeah, I think it will. It's something different, something new. You get a trophy, but on top of that, you also get to compete for the WWE title. So, you get to have your cake and eat it too if you win this. So that's that's an interesting scenario there that Triple H put together with this here thing. And, Ralph and Jim, did you see how Hitman once again trashed Goldberg for giving him a concussion? As usual, the interview wasn't even about Goldberg. Yeah, Smokin' Jim, Bret the Hitman Hart was on a podcast, and he twittered they were talking about the anniversary of the Montreal Screwjob, which was last week, okay? Because it was at the Survivor Series. Remember that? Back in the late 90s, the one where he fought Shawn Michaels?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, They were interviewing Bret Hart, asking him his opinion about the Montreal Screwjob, and once again, he started going into about how Goldberg, and when he was in WCW, gave him a concussion, and he had to stop wrestling. Okay, he had to retire. He's still going on and on and on about that. I just wish that he would, I know his career ended, and it's not funny, and but to keep bringing it up like that, Smokin' Jim, that to me, that's he had to in 2006. He was told to shake hands with Shawn Michaels and let it go about what happened with the Montreal Screwjob, and he did. Okay, I've watched some documentaries, and he has basically said that he was going to do that, and he has. I wish he'd let go about Bill Goldberg, though. It's over. Make amends. Quit. Stop it. What do you think about this?
Yeah, you nailed it as usual. You got to let it go, man. After all these years, man, and just move on.
Right. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. All right, let's talk about Dominic Mysterio in Judgment Day. He went up against Shelton Benjamin. I knew Benjamin was going to lose that match. They didn't even have to have it, and I knew he was going to lose it. What do you think about that? What do you think they're gonna? I guess Sheldon Benjamin's back and Cedric Alexander's back. You think them guys will ever make it back into the roster anyway?
Sooner or later, I'm sure they'll start winning some matches. But right now, man, behind what my man say, behind every good man is a greater woman. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dominic got a great woman with him right now, man. So.
Hey, I got some news. I got some news for you here. Not to get off the
Okay.
subject about Raw and whatnot, but NXT on Tuesday night, Braun Breaker defeated Von Warner and won his title back, or got his title, or still has his title. Apollo Crews defeated JD McDonough. So that happened, and then Wes Lee will take on Carmelo Hayes next week for the North American Championship. So that happened there, and then here we go. Your girlfriend Mandy Rhodes. Oh yeah, she defeated Alba Fry, and in a last woman standing match. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, that's my girl, man. I tell you what, brother, she is the face of wrestling. She worked hard to get in that position. She stepped down and went to NXT to rebuild her image and rebuild her career and work the tail off. And hard work always pays off, man. I'm so happy for Mandy Rose.
All right, I tell you what, Smokin' Jim, we're getting hammered tonight with the comments. It's great from our viewers here. I think the World Cup is kind of like the bunkhouse trophy Dusty Rhodes used to use. Here we got personally, I think the media fans are too hard on Brett. Why wouldn't Brett be upset? If a drunk driver hit me and ruined my career, I'd be pissed 20 years later. Count on that. Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. But I'd be angry too. But sometimes you got to keep that to yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, the topic was about the anniversary of the Montreal Screwjob. It wasn't about Goldberg and this concussion thing. And that's where Bret Hart chose to take it when that happens. Next, I want all wrestlers to get along. There's our comments for tonight's Smokin' Jim. We got some viewers out here tonight. I tell you what, this show is really getting great, and I hope it continues that way, and I think it will. We are the only local guys here in Pittsburgh, PA, that talk a full wrestling show, and we talk about most of the issues connected with WWE, AEW, and NWA as much as we have here. And don't forget tonight at 10:30, the Sports Web Show with Peter Blake, myself, Mark Mancini, Peter Blake. 10:30 Turnbuckle Talk from Tampa, Florida, and we're going to be on tonight talking that as well with Pete and stuff. Smokin' Jim and myself and Mark are working on getting you on there for that. You can call in by phone and.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, we're gonna get you on with Peter Blake from Tampa, Florida. He has a show called the Sports Web. He does all the time. He does Tampa Bay's pregame and postgame as well. And Peter Blake's a good man down in Tampa. His show starts at 9:00 p.m. You can watch the Sports Web. He has Harry the Greek on, who talks about handicapping, about what to do with your money and what stuff to do. Also, fair point, Ralph, in the comments here. But at the same time, I think all the nostalgia about his career is making Brett dwell on it. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. All right, next, Mia Yim. She defeated Tamina Snuka. We knew that was going to happen anyway. She's now part of the OC. And let's see here, Io Sky. And it defeated Dana Brooke. We knew that was going to happen because, Rollins beat Finn Balor last night. And then after that, he got destroyed by Austin Theory. So, but anyway, what's your thoughts on the Judgment Day? Do you think that, I know you, myself, and Mark have talked about it on our Wrestle Talk show as well. So what's your thoughts on Judgment Day? You think they're going to last, or you think they're going to shut it down?
I think they're getting more and more. They're gaining steam, man. I don't think they'll shut it down anytime soon, man. But I tell you what, man, something that we talked about before, and I'm starting to think that that I'm I'm drawing blank. Who's my girl that's always going up against EST? Um,
Oh, you mean Bailey?
Bailey,
Yeah,
Bailey,
Bailey. Right?
Bailey. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that Bailey might get that belt, man, eventually because her team they got the tag team
Right.
belts.
Yes. Yeah. She
And
keeps
and if
trying to
you
do that.
notice, a lot of times, whenever somebody is in a group, usually the leader ends up getting a belt as well. So I think she'll get one of those belts, man. I think that I just noticed that. I said I got to tell Ralph because we talked about it before, and I didn't think so. But now I'm kind of thinking that she will.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. She probably will, so that that faction can control everything. That is the name of their faction. It is, called damage control, and that's exactly what it is there. We have some comments here. Back to the WWE. Do you want to give an? I want to give an honorable mention to Sheldon Benjamin. That guy still has good work, even if he's losing. I think Triple H would favor a guy like Nick Aldis because he has that old school feeling. Yes, he does. But sad to say, I think Altus is going to go. Him and his wife Mickey James are going to go with that new setup or that new wrestling federation there or whatever that they're coming up with. Okay, let's talk a little bit some matches that have been released. Smokin' Jim for Survivor Series War Games. Miz will take on Dexter Loomis. And we mentioned this before. If Dexter wins, he gets a WWE contract, and Miz has to pay him back all the money he owes him. Okay, so what do you think about that match?
Well, we know Miz is rich, so the money ain't gonna hurt
Right,
paying back. But I know he'd love to get rid of his nemesis,
right.
and but he doesn't have anybody. You know, the Miz always had somebody helping him out a little bit. He doesn't have that, so I don't think he'll win the match.
Right. Ciampa is down right now. He's out. He's got some kind of bad injury. I think some kind of spinal injury or something. He's not going to be around for a while. That Dexter Loomis kidnapping him was a setup to get him off of TV. So that's what happened there. And the mystery. That's the mystery as to where he is. He's hurt and won't be back for a while. There's a few guys, as I mentioned earlier. Randy Orton and it's sad, and Kevin Owens, and now Ciampa. Ciampa just came up from the NXT, and he was great down there. He won the championship, was in some battles and some wars, and that's going to be something to see there. Bianca Belair, Mia Yim, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, and they still need one more person. They're going to go up against Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and now Rhea Ripley has been added to their team so far. So, what do you think about that?
I tell you what, man, it's going to heat up there. They needed a boost in the women's division on Raw. SmackDown got some great women, but Raw needed a boost, and I think that they're trying it. That's what they're trying right now, to get the popularity up with the women's side of the division.
Oh yeah, well the other matches will be announced soon. They're going to put some teams together on the men's side, 2 5-man teams for this War Games thing in the cage. This used to go on WCW a lot. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention Rey Mysterio's down too. He's injured as well. I forgot to mention that earlier. He's also injured, which actually they're kind of doing him a favor because he's trying to rebuild his career in SmackDown, get away from his son. In the Judgment Day, abusing him up in Raw, and now you got Imperium abusing him, and so down in SmackDown. So that's what happened there as well. All right, next here we have some more comments about Nick Aldis. It says, but I know Corgan crapped the bed. What he's doing with NWA. Then again, the fans never talked about NWA so much as they are right now. Yeah, absolutely. Corrigan, he was part owner, Smokin Jim, of Impact Wrestling with Dixie Carter at one point. It seems like he just, I know he tries, he really does, and now he owns the NWA, and he really tries to do what he can for wrestling. But he's done what he can for NWA. But when you piss off a guy who's been there with you for so long, like Nick Aldis, you have to understand, that you can't do that to a man, even though you don't. He might say some things about you or whatever. And a lot of people in this kind of business, Smoking Jim, they seem to think that it's not okay for a wrestler to say anything. It's like the wrestler has to keep their mouth shut. As soon as they say something, they want to run them out of the company. I mean, I think that Billy Corgan made a mistake. Nick Aldis is a great wrestler who I saw him, as I've said many times. I got to personally meet him when he was the NWA champion, when NWA used to work with ROH. And, they were working together, kind of like what Impact was doing with AEW and all that other stuff. But turns out that that's what was going on. Nick Aldis is a great guy. He was Magnus back in the Impact days. Do you remember that, Smoking Jim, when he was Magnus?
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, he was part of the main event Mafia at one point with Sting and all them guys, and so on. AEW, on the other hand, let's talk about Samoa Joe. Last week, Samoa Joe he jumped Wardlow, and he because Wardlow made a comment about how he wants to have all the titles, and Samoa Joe didn't like it, so he decided to attack him from behind, and now Samoa Joe has turned heel. He still has the ROH TV Championship, and I think you're going to see a match between him and Wardlow, and maybe at the pay-per-view that's coming up this Saturday, also. And you have John Moxley going up against MJF. There's rumors going around MJF may be still injured from when the Firm beat him up real bad, because he contracted the Firm, which is a faction, and what had happened was when he contracted them, they tried to help him out when he was going up against when he turned in his it was before he turned in his coin, and he became the number one contender for the match, and the Firm tried to help him out. And he told the Firm he didn't need their help, and they got offended, and they decided now they're going to go after MJF. I'm wondering if they're going to get involved in this match between him and John Moxley. What's your thinking on that?
Well, I'll tell you, to go back to Samoa Joe, he can do some damage, man.
Oh, he's great as a heel, though. Oh, my gosh, can he do? Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's the wrong guy. That's the wrong guy to have.
Oh, you don't mess with him.
As a heel, yeah.
Well, he was teaming up with Wardlow there for a little while, and they were teaming up. In fact, there were rumors going around they were going to go after the tag team belts, and now it looks like that's not going to happen. And you got Powerhouse Hobbs here trying to go up against Wardlow for that title. How long do you think Wardlow can hold on to that title? Do you think he's going to hold on to it for a while, or do you think he's going to lose it soon?
I think he's going to lose it soon. What do you think?
Yeah, that could happen, and then he'll win it back. I'm watching I got Dynamite on right now. I just saw Jericho and Sammy Guevara going up against Danielson and Claudio Castronova, formerly known as Cesaro. Remember him?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what's going on right now. I'm watching the match right now. I heard some stories about that female referee, Aubrey Edwards. I heard she's involved in some kind of her ex-husband or something, some kind of money laundering or something to do with some kind of money. She screwed him out of some money or something. And she's still working, so I don't know. I haven't heard anything more about it. It came up a couple months ago, but I haven't heard anything more about that as well. All right, Smokin.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting, because what's Tony Khan going to do about that? So but like I said, what's your thoughts? How much longer do you think Jericho's going to wrestle? He's 52 years old. He just turned 52. What was it, last week or whatever? He fixed his body up. He don't have that pot belly no more. It looks like he went in the gym, lost some weight, and whatnot. What's your thoughts on these guys as they get older and treating their bodies and things like that? Look at Braun Strowman. He got rid of his pot belly and he went into the gym. He lost some weight and he bulked up real good. What do you think about this?
Well, my philosophy ain't the most popular. I look at professional athletes as a piece of meat. They're there for my entertainment. So I want them to
Yeah.
keep doing it as long as they can, man. I don't care what happens to them after they retire. Out of sight, out of sight, out of mind.
Uh, I have some more comments here. It says, Ralph, do you or Smokin' Jim watch Tales from the Territories? I would be curious to see your thoughts on it. I didn't watch Dark Side of the Ring, but I enjoy the Territory show very much. No, I haven't looked at that, but I will. And Smokin' Jim, if you want to take a look at it, it's called Tales from the Territories. I'll have to look it up and see where to watch it. And Dark Side of the Ring, that's on cable. I think it's on HBO or Showtime or something. Anyway, I'll take a look at that as well. And but everybody out there, I want you to watch that movie, 350 Days. That is a great documentary movie, and it talks about wrestlers and how they spend 350 days a year on the road. They're not home all the time. I mean, if you're married, your wife really and kids have to have a lot of patience if you're out on the road 350 days of the year. What do you think about that, Smokin' Jim?
Again, I'll continue to repeat myself every week. They're there for my entertainment. I don't care about their personal life. I don't care about their wife.
Yeah.
I don't care about their kids. I want to see them on TV every week.
Yep, I got you. All right, I was told it's on Vice, on the Vice network, and you can also see it on YouTube. So I have Vice anyway, and I can check it out on YouTube. So thank you for your everybody for your comments tonight. Smokin' Jim, any final thoughts before we go?
Man, it was a great show, Ralph. I appreciate it.
Oh, it was
the
a
opportunity
great show.
as
Absolutely.
always.
And I want to thank everybody for watching tonight and the comments that came in. This is great. That means our show is out there. People are watching. And I want to thank the person who notified me that my that my volume wasn't on because I had that web camera on, and then as soon as I turned the web camera off, the voice came back. So I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know why that's like that, but I'm going to have to fix it. So, all right, for Smokin' Jim Frazier, I am Ralph Williams. Everyone have yourself a wonderful evening. And next week, we will not have Talkin' Wrestling because I'm going to explain to you what's going on. We will have our Thursday night that we normally do because of Thanksgiving. Smokin' Jim and I, in case those of you who are not aware, we do a show on Thursday night, a wrestling show called Wrestle Talk with Mark Mancini, former announcer of XLW, who was the competition for ECW back in the day. So anyway, what is going to happen is next Wednesday at 8 p.m., Blog Talk Radio, 347-205-9631. Tomorrow night we'll be on our normal time at 8 p.m. tomorrow night at 8. But next week we'll be on Wednesday night. We will be on at 8 o'clock next Wednesday, 347-205-9631. Don't forget to listen in. This show will not be on because we will be on with Mark next Wednesday. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and due to Thanksgiving holiday, we decided to change our programming schedule a little bit. Okay, so don't forget to make a note of that as well, and I'll keep you informed on my Facebook page as to what's going on as well, and on my Twitter page about that. So Smokin' Jim will be on next Wednesday with Mark instead of Thursday, and we'll be eating turkey on Thursday, so there we are. So but anyway. Hey, you know what? The food bank, they gave out turkeys last week. They gave out 250 within an hour. So at least we know 250 people are going to be having turkey and eating at home. So,
Amen.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, everyone else, if we don't talk to you, have a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. But don't forget, next Wednesday, we will be on the Blog Talk Radio show that we do on Thursday. We'll be on Wednesday instead, 8 p.m. We look forward to all you who tune in here to be on there. 347-205-9631. Have a great one. Be safe. Thank you.